Some New Yorkers move to coastal North Carolina like me and feel a relief almost immediately. Others buy the house, unpack the boxes, tell everybody they're happy, and still never fully adjust. And that's the truth nobody really wants to say out loud, because this move is not just about escaping high taxes, cold weather, or the nonstop grind. That's part of it for sure. But just because you're sick of New York does not automatically mean that you're going to be built for coastal North Carolina. Now, a lot of people don't realize that until after they get here. A lot of the New Yorkers who adjust the fastest usually understand one thing early. Coastal North Carolina may be better for a lot of things, but it is not better for everything. And that mindset matters. So if you move down here expecting this area to beat New York in every category, you're definitely setting yourself up to be disappointed because it won't. That's just reality. But you may get more house, you may get closer access to the water, you may feel a lot less pressure in certain parts of your life, but you may also lose some things. You're going to lose convenience. You're going to lose that feeling of everything being 10 minutes away. You may lose that edge, that energy, that pace that a lot of New Yorkers don't even realize that they feed off of every day. And that's where the split happens. The people who love coastal North Carolina fast usually wanted a real change, not just lower costs, not just better weather, a real change. They were ready to slow down a little. They wanted less noise, less crowding, less chaos. They wanted more room in their life, not just more room in their house. Those people usually settle in much faster. The people who struggle are usually trying to do something impossible. They're trying to leave New York without really leaving New York, and that will never work. If you still need the speed, the density, the nonstop options, the fast reactions, the everything right here lifestyle, parts of the coastal North Carolina may start feeling too quiet, too spread out, too slow, or too limited for you. And that does not make you wrong. It just means your fit matters more than fantasy. And that's the part people need to hear. Too many relocation videos make this move sound like some magical life upgrade where every problem disappears the second that you cross state lines. And that's complete nonsense. Every move has trade-offs. You're not escaping trade-offs. You're choosing new ones. The people who adjust well understand that early. They don't just show up expecting perfection. They show up knowing what they're gaining and what they're giving up. I've also noticed this. The New Yorkers who struggle most usually built the move around one emotional reason. I just need out. I can't take New York anymore. I want lower taxes. I want to be near the beach. And that may be enough to get you moving, but it's not enough to make you feel settled after you arrive here. Because once the adrenaline wears off, you still have a life to live. You still need a routine. You still have to like your area. You still have to be okay with how different daily life feels. And you still have to make peace with what you left behind. That part is bigger than people think. Some people, they'll never fully adjust because they never properly respected what they were leaving. They talk like they hated everything about New York. Then they get down here and start missing the energy, the people, the familiarity, the food, the pace, the convenience, the edge, and that's real. And more people should admit it. You can love why you left and still miss parts of where you came from. Now, both things can be true. The people who settle in best usually do not fight that. They'll let coastal North Carolina be coastal North Carolina. They don't need it to feel like Long Island with palm trees. They don't need it to recreate their old life exactly. They came here for a different chapter, and they act like it, and you could see. That's why they adjust faster. So if you're a New Yorker thinking about making this move, don't just ask whether coastal North Carolina is cheaper. Don't just ask whether it's warmer. We know it is. Don't just ask whether it looks better. Ask yourself this: am I actually ready for a different pace of life? That question is bigger than the home price. It's bigger than the taxes. It's bigger than the beach. And your answer to that question usually determines whether you love it here fast or whether part of you never really settles in. Now, this area can be an incredible fit for the right person, but it's definitely not for everybody. Pretending otherwise helps nobody. So if you want straight answers about moving from New York to coastal North Carolina like I did, subscribe to this channel. I talk about real estate, lifestyle changes, the town differences, the trade-offs, and the stuff people usually don't understand until it's too late. And if you're serious about figuring out whether this move actually fits you, reach out to me directly. Buying in the right town matters, but making sure this life actually fits you is what changes everything. And I made the same move, so I understand the emotions that are going on, the questions that you have. Give me a call. All my information's in the video description. We'll have a quick conversation. I'll tell you a little bit about what was different for me when I moved down here. You know, you'll get some real life exposure instead of tons of videos that make it look super magical. But I love this move. I would never go back. And if you have more questions, I'm here for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.